Hello Gothamites, my name is Discourse and welcome to another unboxing and review for the Batman Miniatures game. Today we're going to look at the Joker and Commissioner Gordon. Both of these are the large base models that are being sold separately from the starter box but were released alongside that. So we'll start off with Commissioner Gordon. You can see here that he starts off with he has the bat signal there, but he actually has a smaller option as well. So if we basically bring it up to the camera there, you can see he's got a smaller 40mm base option, and I will show you him completely assembled and painted later on. So let's get him opened up first of all, and we'll see what we're working with inside this box. Now, Commissioner Gordon himself was originally released with the very first 3rd edition starter box back in 2020. He came with the Batman crew, but now in the newest starter box, re-released in 2021, he's being sold separately in this box. He cost around £32. And the same goes for the Joker as well. Now, Commissioner Gordon, to be honest, I am sort of thinking about doing a video on where to go after you buy the starter box for the 3rd edition. And to sort of spoil that a little bit, I think one of the first places that I would suggest you start are buying these models, the Commissioner Gordon and the Joker. Depending obviously if you're into Batman and the Joker respectively. So here we go, we've got everything that this comes with. So I'm just noticing here, it hasn't come with a unit card. I'm actually surprised by that. So the starter box did come with unit cards. Now, overall, Night models are phasing out the unit cards because they're coming up with an app, basically, that will have all of the unit cards for all of the models on that app. It should be a free download. And they've just to get away from the physical card. I'm not the biggest fan of that idea, but at least they can sort of update the cards. I'm just surprised to see, I thought that the next release would be the one where this started, but it seems like it's going now. So here we go. This is the body of Jim Gordon here. You can see that his arm is sort of up there. I think his pose is that he's having a wee cigarette. And here we go. This is his head there. You can see his head with the wee cigarette in it and the hand basically lighting it with a match or with a lighter there, lighting that cigarette. And then we've got sort of basically, this is the bat signal. So the bat signal itself, you would put it on this big base if you're doing the bat signal, and then otherwise if you're just doing it beside a wall is where he can go. So you can see here, let's go. This is a portion of the bat signal there, and then this is the wall that you can kind of position him on. You can see that, and you can see there's like a little cup of coffee basically, and he sort of leans up against that. And then the bat signal itself here sort of comes together. You can see here, this is sort of the front facing of it, so it's a nice cut. And to be honest, there's not a lot of cleanup needed for this model. I'm actually kind of surprised by that. Usually they need a bit of cleanup, and I'm just trying to slot these two together. So this will be the sort of bat signal like that. You can see there. So quite an easy sort of build there. Actually, you know, this all slots in pretty easily. You can imagine this all going together quite easily on top of that base there. So that is the bat signal, sort of the base here. There we are. So a lot of plastic. Now, Commissioner Gordon himself, he costs, I'll throw up the unit card on the screen now. So I don't have it in front of me. I'm going off my memory here, but you should be able to see it. So Commissioner Gordon himself, I think he costs around 70 reputation, and he has 0 cash. The good thing about Commissioner Gordon is that he has Affinity Batman, so you can actually take him alongside Batman in a crew, because he has the leader rank, Batman has the leader rank. And this is Glenn's painting of him. I think he needs to get redone. I plan on redoing him. But this is Commissioner Gordon here, like this is the model. So Commissioner Gordon, he has 70 reputation. He's a really nice model. He allows your cops to arrest for free. So he's a really nice support unit if you are indeed thinking about continuing on with the GCPD. So the starter box comes with a lot of cops. Commissioner Gordon is an awesome model to pick up after the starter box. He'll also, if you pick him up, he'll bring you to 350 rep, which is the usual sort of reputation that most games are played at. So the starter box, it has enough Batman models, so cops and Batman himself, to bring you up to, I believe it's 200, and yeah, it would be 280 reputation. Commissioner Gordon costs 70, and therefore you can then play the game with Commissioner Gordon on top of that, and you have a 350 reputation. Now we're going to go into the Joker. So the Joker himself is a far more important piece than Gordon, whereas Gordon, I would say, is pretty optional. If you want to play Batman, you know, you could maybe pick him up. There's other things you can pick up. The Joker model is far more important. So this is Joker. This is him on the big box. You can see him there. This is him with the big base here with the Joker stage. I love this sort of look for him. Obviously the three little dudes from the Dark Knight Returns, right? And then here we go. You can see him on the back there. And indeed, there is a sort of smaller base size for him as well, just like the other Gordon, and he costs around £33. Now this Joker, I'm going to presume, doesn't come with a unit card. He is 90 reputation, so 92 reputation, so he's a little bit more expensive than Gordon, obviously, but he's also a leader, and he's going to give all your guys and your crew Trickster, so he's super important for the way the crew plays. He's just very, very integral. So there's a lot of plastic here. And first things first, this is the body of the Joker here. So you can see he's very spindly. Kind of reminds me, he has like the build of sort of like a Burton sort of character, you know? You can see there, he's got a little bit of flash around him, a little bit sticking out here and there. Very dynamic pose though. Okay, and then we have the big base here. This is for the 60mm base. You can see has a nice, lovely sort of wood texture there. There is a dead fish, a Joker fish there, and another Joker fish there as well. So very nice. I really like the big base on this Joker. You can see, let's see, there is a bit of curtain here that honestly doesn't need too much cleanup. Let's see, there's just a little bit of cleanup there that's needed. And then this sort of goes on top, this section here. So let me just, So this section here goes on top. You can see here it says Joker there. The K is sort of turned around a little bit. Basically, it just kind of slots in. There's actually a little hole here for it to sort of slot in there. And then this kind of goes in to this base like so. So it's actually a pretty easy to assemble model, to be honest. It's not too intimidating. Obviously, there's a lot to the Joker. He's a pretty cool sort of piece, but it's not too bad to put together, even the 60mm. And then here you have the three sort of little people that are dressed up as cherubs to assist the Joker in his nefarious schemes, whatever they may be. You can see here that this one is sort of climbed up onto the stage. This one here is carrying the sort of Joker toxin. And then this one is basically leaned forward so that Joker can basically put his feet up. So if you look here, he's kind of got his foot raised like so, and that's kind of how he'll be posed, like that. And then you have the actual gas here. This is the sort of, or this is the gas I think that comes out of the, this is the gas that comes out of the sort of toxin, the sort of dentist barrel that the first little person's carrying. And then this is the sort of Joker teeth you can see is sort of modeled onto the edge of this. So there's quite a lot of intricate sort of modeling going on with these. There's quite a lot of details in them, right? And I suppose that's why they're on the more expensive price point. Because of these big bases, there is quite a lot of elaborate stuff. So here you've got the sort of coattails. You just glue that into the back of the Joker. Here is a hat he'll be wearing. He'll be basically holding that arms outstretched. And then here is the face of one of the cherubs and the little cherub wings there as well. And then here we just have more decoration for the stage. See, here's lights. Then here is one of the, this here is an alternative sort of posing for the Joker. You can put his foot up on this sort of Joker toxin holder, for lack of a better term, instead of one of the cherubs. Then here you have the Joker's face. So if I can get this really up close, you can see there's a lot of detail in the Joker's face. Quite a lot of detail. It's very, very finely sculpted. Oops, it's upside down. It's very, very finely sculpted there. Then finally, you've got some more hand options. So instead of holding the hat, you can instead have him holding this gun, or this I think for his left hand. So in his right hand, he'd be holding the gun or the hat, and in his left hand, he's holding sort of the mic. Or I think this here, so this Joker fish, I think he can be holding the Joker fish instead. And then there you go. You've got a little bit of his arm there, the one that will just glue on to the one with the gun. And then this basically here is for either the cherub or for that toxin thing to be sitting basically on. It's a bit of basically the toxin will be able to sit on that, and it will kind of help the Joker put his foot up. And here is so if you want to go for the smaller base style, here is the smaller base. And this is the sort of base, and this is the bigger base if you want to go for the stage and all of the trimmings. So I'm going to show you off Joker here. This is one I painted. So this is Joker. Obviously, this is him on the smaller base. This is him with just a bit of purple paint on, and his face sort of painted up. I'm quite happy with him, actually. You can see here, the texture on the wood comes out very nice, I think. And yeah, so this is the Joker. I've got him on the smaller base. I prefer the models, generally speaking, on the smaller base. There's a few that I've done on the bigger, but usually, 9 times out of 10, I do them on the smaller base, just because I like the model to be sort of mobile looking. I don't really like the diorama as much, even though it does look very, very cool. This is it with everything there. I'm gonna flash the Joker card up because again, it hasn't come with a unit card. Joker is around 92 reputation. He's really powerful. He gives all of your crew the trickster trait using his Chaos Agent ability, and that is awesome. It's really useful to score cards with. The Joker also comes with a lot of special actions. He can demotivate. He can give your models more attack markers with kill them. I'm doing this all from memory, but this is the Joker basically that I play with most of the time, so I'm quite well versed with him. He's 92 reputation, which means that if you've bought the starter set and you have the Joker crew, you buy this Joker model, you're going to come up to 350 reputation. So really, the first thing to buy, if you're interested in Batman, if you're interested in the Joker, what I would suggest is that you buy either Commissioner Gordon for Batman or the Joker for the Joker crew, because they bring those crews up to the standard game size of 350 reputation. The Joker, I would say that if you can only buy one, the Joker's more important, because the way that the cards activate, a lot of them activate off the back of the Joker. For example, there's cards that reward you for losing Trickster traded models. You get no Tricksters in the box. In the starter box, no one comes with Trickster. You need the Joker to give them the Trickster trait with his Chaos Agent ability, which means that you can't score some cards that come in the starter box without the Joker. So I'd really recommend bringing in the Joker. Very, very important. Plus, he's just a lovely model, right? So this is some really nice plastic, and I'd say in terms of value, you probably get more for the Joker compared to Commissioner Gordon, just because the Joker comes at 92 reputation and he does activate your crew. He's a really, really integral part, as opposed to Gordon. Gordon is really sort of, I mean, Gordon's a very nice model as well, right? So if you're just here to paint, then either one, really. Gordon is a really nice model, and he really does help your cops by allowing them to sort of to arrest models for free, and he has a really nice kind of helicopter ability. He can spotlight somewhere on the map, and that helicopter can be upgraded to shoot at people, so he's a very, very cool model, don't get me wrong. I just think that in terms of, you're going to prioritize one, the Joker's probably the more important one. That's obviously if you're interested in the Joker, right? So if you're not interested in the Joker, then, I mean, if you're not interested in the Joker, you can pick up Gordon, you can pick up any model you want, but I really would recommend the Joker. So I hope this was useful for you, especially if you're just starting out. I do hope that you found this a little bit useful, and I hope you see the sort of value proposition that you're getting for these kind of bigger boxes, these models. You can see there's Gordon, and there is the Joker. That's sort of what you're going to end up with. You're paying £33 for those models. If you're going for the smaller bases, that's all you're getting really for the £33. On the other hand, they're really, really beautiful models, and you can go for the bigger style. One thing that I never mentioned is that this bat signal here that Gordon comes with, you can build that separately. So like I've done, I've got Gordon on the smaller base, then you've got a bat signal left over. You can use that as a piece of terrain. I throw it on top of a building. Well, I haven't put mine together, but you can throw it on top of a building. Works perfectly well as a bat signal. You've got a little bit of extra terrain, which isn't bad at all. The Joker, on the other hand, he has the bigger base, and if you don't put him on the bigger base, unfortunately, all that plastic's kind of going to waste unless you're going to use it for something else. But I hope that's really helped you inform your purchasing decisions, and I do hope you join me for my next video as well. And please do subscribe to the channel just so you can see when that new content comes out. If you did enjoy this content, just hit us up with a like. I'd really appreciate that. It really helps the channel out. I hope everyone enjoyed this, and I hope you have a lovely evening. Goodbye.